posted 6 videos now online.
Hey, look at you. You're like on a whole podcast. I mean, come on, Erica. Hey, friends, Lori Michelle here with Choosing to Shine. Today's podcast guest is Erica. Welcome, Erica.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for egging me on.
Woo! You guys be nice. Erica's very nervous. This is her first podcast,
Uh,
and really, like, you've only been on camera. Well, I'm gonna save that to the end. I'm gonna save that because we're not really supposed to know what you do until the end, right? This is reverse networking. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and light a candle to set an intention for connection with the viewers through deep conversations. Just helps me keep my mind on the viewer. And then I'm going to get my other camera so you guys can see the cards. And
I'm
then we're
loving
just
all
going
the
to,
background stuff you have. It's so pretty.
thank you. What are you looking at specifically?
Just all the pastels and the photo behind you. It's just really pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I love pastels. They make me happy.
I know.
Um, I mostly only wear black, which is really odd, but like I have like funky shoes that I wear and all my eyeglass toppers. I like to change those out and wear funky toppers. But then the clothes is just like a base. I either wear dark blue or black, and that's pretty much it. And I put on all my jewelry.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna tell this on the podcast because Eric and I were talking about it beforehand. I had Gail on, which is a money coach, a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "No, girl, pull your nice stuff out. Like, don't wait for a special event." So I'm like walking around the house today with diamonds and rubies on. I'm like, yeah, like, like, ooh, look at all this bling bling. But I literally have no floors, no baseboards. I have no sink in my bathroom. I just got lights. I literally said to the handyman guy, I said, "Thank you so much for finally coming." He was a neighbor of mine. I said, "Thank you so much. So we don't have to no longer pee in the dark. We so appreciate
Oh my
you."
God. We've been talking a little bit about toilet problems, and it's real.
It's real. It's real life.
The obstacles are real.
Yeah, it is. And that's what this podcast is all about, real life and supporting each other. And Eric and I were talking back and forth, and she goes, "Well, now I have toilet problems." And I'm like, "Yep, mine too." Like, I was showering at work for a little while.
I was just saying to Lori earlier that a couple weeks ago I finally got a new toilet in, and I was so excited. I'm like, it's so beautiful. It's like a piece of artwork. It's like a structure, and the maintenance guys were so excited that I was so excited. And then sure enough, a few hours later, it still backs up, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
how? Like how?
Right? I know. Mine's only 2 years old. I'm like, how is this not working properly? It's like, really? I don't know. We got to get off this, whatever this wavelength frequency thing we got going on with each other with the toilets. We gotta fix that. We gotta bring in somebody. Cut that out of our what do you call it? Not manifestation,
Our
but
karmic
our
life.
timeline. Yeah. Go. Like right now, let's just throw that in the trash.
No, no,
No
no.
more.
This week they're working on the plumbing, and I'm like, okay, this might be the final phase.
All right. So let's get into our questions here. This is a good one. If this was your last week, what 5 things would you do?
Okay.
So you can see it.
So number one, for sure, I would make another video.
Really? Can you tell us more about that?
So I think I've posted 6 videos now online.
Mm-hmm.
They're really hard for me to do, but I did have amazing coaches along the way that have pushed me. So right now I'm practicing still behind the scenes making videos. And then sometimes when I'm really riled up, I'm like, I'm going to post it. So that's where I am. But I'm trying to shoot for like 1, 2 videos a week, hopefully now.
Mm-hmm. That's a good goal. Well,
Yeah.
hey, look at you. You're like on a whole podcast. We're going to be talking for like 30, 40 minutes. And you've only posted 6 videos on social media ever with your face on it. I mean, come on, Erica. That's pretty badass.
Right? I'm like, let's go.
Go. All right. So that's number one. You're going to do another video. What would your video be about? If you could only make one more video, what would it be about?
Ooh. Definitely about discipline and not quitting
Mm-hmm.
on yourself. Like the things, I mean, I'm so like a masculine, feminine energy. I'm like half and half,
Mm-hmm.
but I love being funny. I love being feminine. But when it comes to like goals and execution and business, I'm like in the masculine. So I'm like, let's go. Let's go work out. Let's build stuff. I mean, I don't mess around with that part.
That's great. All right. So what's number two?
So number 2, I would definitely, what would number 2 be? I would definitely, I don't know what exactly yet, but I would do something new that would
Okay.
really challenge me. I don't know what yet.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Would you do any traveling? Would you visit anyone?
Um,
You go for a swim? Would you watch the moon, the stars? I'm thinking of like things I would want to see, like I would want to see the ocean again. I'd want to see the moon and the stars. And the ocean at night is like one of my favorite things, just to look
yeah,
out into the abyss.
that is pretty. I do get to do all that on a daily basis if I choose to, and I've traveled quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't know, what else would it be? I think just build something like a new niche or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There goes the masculine energy again.
Yeah, no, I'm like that too. So I've always been a creator. I've
Yeah.
always loved to be doing a different type of hobby or creating something like these cards. I did these cards start to finish. I painted all the watercolor papers. I cut them, printed them. I photographed them all myself and sent them off to the printer. I did all the files. Like this is like 2 years in the making. And to like
Wow.
actually have this like in my hand now, I think you're like the third person that I've shown these on air. Like the actual physical product. And like I made this. Like it's just I don't know. It's just like a
No,
feeling.
Lori, they're beautiful. They're
Yeah,
beautiful. I mean,
thank you. Just
they
like to
are.
create something, I think
Yeah.
is what makes us human.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like that's from the divine to
Yes.
have the ability to think of something and bring it to conception. And I also I believe in frequencies and things like that. And I believe creativity is one of the highest forms of frequency. So I'm with you with that one. I totally agree. I feel like I would want to do something in a way that would leave behind something. Like if it was my last week, I would
Yeah.
probably make a lot of videos, something that could be left behind and something that could, be left, tell all the people how I feel about them and maybe something like that. So while I was sitting on the beach looking at the moon and stars.
At night or in the day?
Both.
Oh no,
I
you
love the
said
beach.
the
Yeah,
stars. Yes,
both.
yes.
Yeah, you're really close to the beach, right? Because I've
I,
seen you post videos.
yeah,
You're
luckily
in.
I do. I feel lucky. I live close to the beach, and then I live close and in the mountains too, so I get to do both. I'm very much of an I love being outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're in what part of California?
In Southern California.
Southern California. Okay. Yeah. So I'm about an hour from the beach. So I work a lot because my house is a disaster. I don't know. I feel a little guilty if there overtime is available and not to work it, or, spend the gas to drive all the way over there and pay for parking. And it's like a whole ordeal. So I wish I could go to the beach more. Well, I should reframe what I just said. I wish I chose to go to the beach more because it is a choice,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like I could go buy a milkshake or I could choose to pay for gas. So just caught myself there.
And I love the word that you use, reframe, because that's a very powerful word. Learned that word recently to use on things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in therapy. Gosh, for since April before last. I've been in therapy on and off, but really that started like every week, every other week. I went through a really dark period, and it's just helped me like so much. Like just the perception of things and what your mind is always telling you that could not be true, and I have a hard time with that. I'm an overthinker, and one of the main things we talked about, actually had therapy session this morning, was I was talking about, I've been trying to get better at, let's say you and I had, I told you I was gonna, okay, well, this is actually an example, a real example. So, Erica, and this is going to move into what she does. So, Erica had asked me um, for journals to sell in her e-store. And then we had a Zoom, and she's actually the first person I've Zoomed with prior to, not that we discussed anything we were really going to discuss on the podcast, but just to kind of let her settle in and feel comfortable of being on camera. And like, we could do a collab, like we could do this, we could do
Yeah.
that. And then all this overtime became available, and so I felt like I needed to work it. So I've been working like 60 to 70. I worked 77 hours this week.
Wow.
And so I kept texting her saying, I promise I haven't forgotten about you. I'm so wore out. Like I have no brain energy left after
Yeah. Yeah.
10 hours on the phone, but if, like, let's say you didn't start texting me back saying like it's okay, then I would get in my head about that. Oh, she's upset with me. Like she's misunderstanding, like she's taking it personally that I'm not getting back to her. I have a tendency to do that. So I've been trying to get really good at reaching out,
Communicating it. Yeah.
communicating and reaching out before I let it get like that.
Yeah.
Like I think I've texted you 3 times now. I promise I haven't forgotten
Yeah.
about you. It's on my to-do list. I just had all this construction going on, and then
Toilets blowing up.
toilets blown up, no showers. It's been a thing. So yeah.
Well, no, and then too in the beginning, I was like, I do want to get on your podcast, or I don't even know, like what do you call it? It is a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just first, if I have to go through another system, I think I'm going to like have a panic attack. Because it's like when you're taking so much like coaching and whatnot, it's always like, okay, well, here, sign up for all this and create a profile. And I can't do it anymore.
Mhm.
It's just a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah, I told you that from the beginning. Like, I probably want to go live with you down the line, but
Mhm.
still camera shy. And then when I
Yeah.
think about filling out the forms, I go into panic mode.
Yeah. So I think we've been talking about you being on the podcast for about 3 or 4 months now, but
Yeah.
we've known each other virtually for about 9 months now, I think. And we did meet in a networking group where I meet a lot of my beautiful old soul ladies.
That's right.
Um, yeah, I've had 3 or 4. No, I've had 3 on from that group, and then one from another networking group, a manifestation group I was in. And I love that part of it because I'm grounded in reality, but I also do believe in, like I said earlier, frequencies and spirituality and all that stuff too. So I feel like that's really important for me to balance those two things. And I actually talked to my therapist about that this morning too. And she's like, I feel like you're very grounded now. And I said, okay, yeah. I feel like I'm almost too grounded now. I need to get back to my balance it out a little more,
Yeah.
'cause I am a
Yeah.
Reiki practitioner.
Oh,
I've been a Reiki master. See, you probably didn't even know that
I
because
didn't know that.
I don't talk about it, but I'm actually a Reiki master. I have been for 4 years and I have trained others, and I just,
That's really
yeah,
cool. Can we, I know we have two more questions left, right? But
yeah,
can we talk about the Reiki for a minute? How does
yeah.
that work?
How does it work? So, obviously, you and I have talked about God and Jesus and our faiths before. So, um, it really it's like when Jesus lays his hands on people and heals them, Reiki's the same thing.
Okay.
It's straight from God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, and it flows through you, through your hands. I seem to be very strong virtually. Before we started, I just took like a little quiet moment. I was actually praying and doing Reiki at the same time. Um, but when I kind of went into it, and I do this a lot, I kind of went into it not knowing a lot about it. But I had a friend who was doing it, and I trusted her. And um, I told her, I said, I don't want to know what it is. I trust you. I'm just going to come in your studio and you're going to do whatever, do some kind of healing. That's all I knew. It was going to be some kind of hands on healing.
Yeah.
And then I was laying there and, she's doing all these, like my eyes are closed, but, I can like, you can kind of see shadows, right? So I knew she was like doing stuff. She's touching my knee, touching my foot, touching my shoulders. And I said, what was really weird is I was seeing all these colors. And she goes, well, what colors were you seeing? And I was like, well, I saw like white, and then I saw like purple, and then I saw red, and then green and yellow. And like I went through, and she goes, like that. And she pointed, and there was a poster on the back of the wall with all the chakras. And
Okay.
I was like, oh my God. Like I literally saw those in the order that she was working on me as she was moving down. It was the same exact order. And she goes, you should look into being a Reiki practitioner and you'd be really good at this. Like, obviously, you're tapped into something. You came here without any knowledge of what it was, and you saw, as I was working down, you saw all the colors and activating the chakras. And then fast forward about probably like 3 or 4 years. I was doing some virtual assistant work, and she was going to do a Reiki practitioner teaching course.
Okay.
And she asked me to handle like all the behind the scenes stuff, all the videos and prepping that, to have it and all the materials, making sure everybody got all their notifications every week because it was like a 3-month thing. And I said, you know what? I remember when we had this session and I was telling her about it. She goes, "Oh, I've forgotten about that. I don't really, once I'm done with my session, I don't really rethink about, like, I forget what happened in the session. I don't carry that with me." And she goes, "Wow, yeah, I kind of do remember talking to you about that." And I said, "I'd really like to go through the course as well." So we just bartered it out.
Yeah.
And the very first night, as she was what they call attuning you. So basically, cleaning all your so your chakras kind of work like an engine, and they spin with energy, and if they're locked up, like if you've gone through a heartbreak, then like your heart chakra, the it won't be as powerful, or your throat chakra if you've been in a toxic relationship and you can't vocalize your boundaries and what your needs are, then you won't like talk through those things.
It's like stuck energy, right?
Stuck energy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I knew. So I think there was like 8 or 9 of us. I don't remember how many women were there, but when so we all turned off our cameras, and I'm sitting there with a candle, and I think she told us to be in prayer pose. So I'm just like sitting there praying, and all of a sudden I had so much energy like come into me that I literally started shaking, and I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa!" And my feet were like on up on my desk, on like the metal base of my desk. And so I was like, "Whoa." And I kind of sat up and I put my feet on the ground, and then I stopped shaking so much. And I
yeah.
was like, "Whoa, like I didn't expect anything like this." And then I just started crying because
Powerful.
it was very powerful, but also it was like the love of God,
Yes.
like filling me up and
Yes.
making me whole.
Yeah.
And I never felt love like that before, ever.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It really was. Yeah, it still is. I still get emotional. I try to do Reiki every single day on myself because I need a lot of help.
No, you don't need that much help. Just, I'm not going to say that again. I was going to go, I was going to say your toilet might, but you're okay.
Oh, I need to go do Reiki on my plumbing. That's what I need
Yeah.
to do.
It's definitely the energy stuck somewhere.
That's so funny. I'm literally gonna do that. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna text you.
Yes, let me know how it flows. But you know what? It's beautiful because I spend a lot of time with God, and I've just recently been baptized a Christian, and I felt called, and I've been a believer. I was a Catholic growing up most of my, or pretty much all my life, and I've always believed in God, but I
Mhm.
was called recently, and one of the best parts of my day is just sitting outside in the morning, talking to God and getting that energy and straight up downloads from Him. And I'm so hyped up. I'm just like ready to conquer the day. And I'm reaching out to people like, okay, let's do this, let's do that with all
Yeah.
these ideas, or like, how can I help you? Or how can we do this? And it's like, I was saying this to in one of my groups this week, and then it's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, why? Why can't we? Like, why is everything a no? But especially recently, I'm like, God says yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm here to make a difference. So it's like, He said yes. I get that energy, and I just gotta keep going, and
Mm-hmm. I didn't know you were
hopefully,
recently baptized.
yes, yes.
How long ago?
I was just checking my videos, and it looks like June 22nd, so a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Really recent. That's
very
interesting.
recent. So I'm a
So,
Christian now, and I'm very, very proud.
okay. Yeah, because I feel like your content has been very faith-based
Yes,
since I've been following you for almost a year now. So,
yes.
okay.
And that's another thing too, because I'm like thinking, I'm very much about, I was thinking about good leaders and whatnot, and I was thinking like the truest and best leader is God. So, kind of incorporating that godly ways into business is really important to me because it's value based and trying to deliver, the best product for people, treating people the best way possible. And even if things don't work out, wishing them well and praying for them and wishing that they have the best life and hopefully come around to better ways if they're stuck and I cannot help them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
I think
what do you think your other couple of items are on your bucket list?
um I
We're
think
gonna do a video. We're gonna create something.
we're going to create something.
Mm-hmm.
Um do a video, create something. I started coaching people behind the scenes, and I want to kind of bring that online too, coaching people and showing that process online. I'm working on coaching one of my longest childhood friends, and every day she gets so excited about things that I say to her, and she's like, "You are such a great coach. Like, thank you for this advice and that advice." And we exchange ideas. But coaching a couple people behind the scenes at the moment, and it's such a privilege when you get to lead people. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that I connected with you about is obviously I like very authentic and sincere people. And when I was first starting out, I wasn't really posting a lot, but when I did, you were always my little cheerleader in the background, always sending me little things, little hearts, and that was so good. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, somebody gets me.
it's so beautiful to support teammates. You were my teammate. I'm never going to stop. I mean, I don't really get a lot of support back in return. I mean, you support me and a couple of others do, but today too, I was just like liking people's stuff, and I get all hyped up about their growth, and I'm never going to stop because that's just who I am, and it doesn't matter if they send it back or not. It's a beautiful thing to be other people's cheerleaders.
Yeah, it really is. Okay.
I think that's
So
4, right?
I think that was four, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
I do not.
Okay.
I am, or I have been a dog sitter on the side for the past 6 years. Um,
Okay.
I've fallen quite a bit the past couple of years, so that's kind of backtracked that business a little bit, but I'm getting back there, and I do have a handful of private clients that call me to dog sit. So I love dog sitting.
Nice. So would you spend it with like animals and nature?
I think number five, I would focus on refining my goals more. I think I would tighten up shop in all areas of my life. I think fitness, mindset, focus,
Mhm.
nutrition, my entrepreneurship, just to level up in that sense and become better for my life to serve others at a higher level.
Okay. All right.
I think
Very
that's
cool.
five.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you are doing some coaching behind the scenes. So who do you help and how do you help them?
I would say I help both men and women, it doesn't matter. Um, but I think the very basic of people that are stuck trying to create like a basic morning routine, that's who I help.
Okay. So somebody like me who's lazy when they get up, they like to stay up too late, sit around and sip coffee, sip tea, pet my dog.
Yes. If that's what you like, yes, I can help
And
you.
it's like noon and I'm like, oh crap, I haven't eaten anything. I've just had coffee.
Exactly.
So what kind of advice would you give me?
Well, first off, I would say if you are looking to change and do something differently because it bothers you so much, that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Because you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for
Right.
you.
Oh, that's a good point. I love that.
I'm just your accountability person. So we have to get to the point where you're mad at yourself if you don't do it. And that's kind of the
Mm.
seed I like to plant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's very basic. And I just say like three steps. Like, focus on getting up at the same time every single day. It doesn't matter what time you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to that. Like, let's say you say, I will get up at 11 o'clock every day. Do that.
Mm-hmm.
And don't miss. Then you hydrate first thing. You drink 16 ounces of water with electrolytes or Celtic sea salt. And I'm passing this on because this is what I've done
Mm-hmm.
almost 2 years now, year and 8 months. And number three, you would focus on moving your body. So if that would mean like going for a 20-minute walk or 20-minute stretch, you do that. And those are the three basic things. So you would do that every single day for 2 weeks as a start. And it sounds so simple and
Mm-hmm.
so basic, but you fall off and you start again.
Okay. So my therapist does have me working on getting up at the same time every day because I did like to sleep in, and then I started medication a couple months ago, so it like was messing me up because I would like to sleep in on my 3 days off. And so I've been working on getting up, setting my alarm every day, waking up and doing that. And then if I want to be lazy, then I go back to bed, after I've like had my tea and went out and like I go outside first thing in the morning too to kind of reset the circadian rhythm because that's important for me because I stay up
Yeah.
too late. Um, but yeah, I haven't fit in or haven't made the choice yet to do the movement part. Although I did recently pull my little mini trampoline out of my guest room and I put it right in front of the TV and I'm like, there's no excuse. It's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
So I have been doing that a couple times over the last 4 days now, I think. So
See?
yeah.
4 days in.
Yeah.
You can reach out and be like, Erica, tomorrow I'm 5. I mean, Lori, honestly, for my first 3 step, I used to start at 9:30 in the morning, and that was December 2024. And now I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. So the times just became earlier and earlier. And for me, I wake up 5 a.m., I drink my Celtic sea salt water, and then
Mm-hmm.
I have to do my physical therapy every morning for 45 minutes. Otherwise, I can't walk. So there's my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do that because I'm like, otherwise, there's no going up and down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So,
you mentioned falling a few times and not being able to walk if you don't keep your movement going. Do you want to talk about that? Like, what have you been battling?
yeah, so I have had very severe falls, especially last year in 2025. I've
Mm-hmm.
had like 4 really bad falls, and I
Mm-hmm.
have sciatica down both of my legs. And so it's a challenge, but I also, um, prior military, so my very first really serious fall came when I was in training. So it's been an ongoing battle
Mm-hmm.
since.
Okay.
So that's kind of a constant, and you know, that's why health and fitness and that movement lifestyle is very important to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I
Gotta
push,
keep.
I push really, really hard.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you walk like every day at least 20 minutes?
I mean, to be honest, Lori, like some days I can't walk.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Okay.
days, even if I do my physical therapy every single day, some days I can't walk. Like my pain is so bad down my legs and
Mm-hmm.
I can't. So
Mm-hmm.
with walking and hiking, I still do a lot. And with my workouts, I mean, you've seen them and stuff. It's usually like minimum 3 days a week, sometimes up to 6 days a week, just depends on how
Mm-hmm.
my body behaves, but 3 days a week for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I push hard.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. I think that's really good takeaways. Yeah, I made those little micro changes too. And, for me, I get overwhelmed. Like, I think you mentioned, like, again, in some of these coaching groups, it's like all this stuff. You got to do everything all at once. I don't work well like that.
No.
I really have to work in, okay, this month I'm going to be concentrating on drinking my water every morning before I have my coffee or
Yeah.
like I have to make micro changes,
My
so it might take me a little longer, but I know that I'll stick with it. So my weight has probably been the thing that I've struggled with the most. Like, I have pretty much my eating under control, my water, and I only drink 1 cup of coffee. Coffee bothers me if I have too much. It keeps me up and that whole thing. So I really do like milk it for like probably a good hour because I
yeah.
know it's 1 cup. Um,
You don't want to waste it.
but yeah, I was bedridden for a
Yeah.
while. Like, I just had a lot of pain and inflammation and fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue and yeah, so I've been working from home mostly. Um, and I've started feeling things like I just don't think about like the exercise part because I used to work in a big building and I was constantly walking. And then I remember I was sitting at my desk here the other day and I was like, why are my legs falling asleep? Like, I'm just sitting here, I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah.
I was like, how long has it been since you like did anything? It's too hot to go outside in here in Florida. we've been under a heat wave. So I went and got that trampoline out. I was like, there's no excuses. Like there's things I can do. So that's really been helping. My legs haven't fallen asleep since, but I am going back to work this week. I have to go back in the office this week, 3 days a week. So yeah, I'll be getting my steps in again.
Yeah, movement's important.
Yeah,
It
use
is.
it or lose it, right?
Yeah. But hey, if you want an accountability partner, day 5, I'm down for you.
All right, all right, that sounds good. Well,
Yeah,
we
we
will
like
definitely be talking more. So tell us about your e-business, because we mentioned like the journals and the e-business and all that.
so I have my links in my Instagram page, but I've been doing e-commerce 8.5 years. I have my Poshmark store and I'm a reseller. So I usually resell like boutique items that I bulk buy and stuff. And that's why I wanted to sell your notebooks too, because they're so pretty and pastel and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And
When
then I have my digital marketing also on there, which I'm learning myself still about
Mhm,
just creating a better online presence, how to market your own business.
mhm,
I'm excited to know more about it so I can talk about it more once I make more videos.
mhm. Yeah, you sound like me. I like to dabble in a lot of different things. I always seem to have multiple things going on.
It's
Um,
just building.
yeah,
It's building your brand, your legacy,
yeah, and that creativity part of it too, always creating and doing something different and learning something new. I don't know, it just gives me so much excitement, and I love that part of it. Whenever I take like those personality tests, like when I got this job in training, we had to take the personality test, and like my first thing was ideation, which basically means I come up with the ideas. I don't always follow through, but I can, like, I am not kidding you. My ex was a mechanical engineer, and I
Okay.
would tell him, we were married 33 years. I would tell him, I would say, hey, I got this great idea. You should make this. Like, we're going to be rich. He'd go, no, nobody's going to want that. And literally a year later, I would see it on the market somewhere. And that happened like at least a dozen times, like, no joke. And I'd be like, are you going to listen to me now?
It's that forward thinking mindset.
Yeah.
You see
But
things. You see things.
yeah,
Well, and I
yeah.
think also, building trust with people because I kind of come back to this too. Like, I don't want to support businesses that I don't enjoy buying
Mhm.
from, that I don't have, like strong belief in. If they're not kind and whatnot, then I don't want to give them repeat business. And I think repeat business is an important thing.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So if you have one tip you would like to leave with our viewers for like homework or some kind of help for the week, something that we could focus on to improve ourselves as women, and what would it be?
That's a good one, but I have it.
Okay.
Connect with people. Don't be afraid to reach out, especially online. What are you online for? If you're constantly afraid of like replying to people, connecting with them, see what their business is about. You can work with them, partner.
Hmm.
Otherwise, why are you online?
Yeah, that's great. I love it. That's how we connected. So I love
Yeah.
that.
Thank
And
you
thank
so
you so much
much.
for being here, Erica, and getting over your fear. And I'm so proud of you to see your beautiful face on Instagram. And we're going to leave the link so people can follow you there as well. And this was such a joy to finally have you. We've been talking about it forever. And I just feel so happy because I just know that, you know, we're going to be stronger together as women. And if we support each other, then we can build whatever we want to build, if as long as we're supporting each other.
Well, thank you so much for making this happen and look forward to the likes from me.
All right. All right. And as always, love to all.